After a 5-year hiatus, a major national basketball tournament is returning to Minnesota. It's coming to the campus of North Hennepin Community College in Brooklyn Park.
I invite you to lace up your shoes, work your jump shots, and please welcome the tournament's return to the Twin Cities during this 50th year anniversary of one of the longest running, family-friendly, community-focused 3-on-3 basketball tournament in the country. Gus Macker is back.
Officials from Minneapolis Northwest Tourism announced the return of the Gus Macker tournament Wednesday morning. Gus Macker is a 3-on-3 basketball tournament that takes place in more than 24 cities across the U.S. It was last held in Minnesota in 2019. The outdoor tournament will take place in the North Hennepin parking lot on August 17th and 18th. The number of teams will be capped at 200, but event organizers particularly want more female players to register.
We know we have a great, diverse female population of basketball players in the metro area, and we encourage them to play. And we would like to break the national record of female teams. Only 20% are females that play in Gus Macker tournament.
The tournament will bring in at least 800 players and several thousand spectators. Event organizers expect it to have a significant economic impact for hotels and restaurants in the Northwest Metro. The Brooklyn Park City Council censured one of its own members for the second time this year. Councilmember Maria Tran was censured for violating the city's respectful workplace policy and the elected officials' code of conduct. A city staff member previously filed a harassment complaint against Tran. The council said the censure was about protecting city staff.
The people you see sitting in front of you right now are willing to engage in the messy to protect our city and to protect our city's staff from behavior that is unkind, unsafe, occasionally illegal.
The censure was approved in a 5-0 vote. The council has also censured fellow member Boyd Morrison twice. 2 longtime city council members are running for mayor in New Hope. Councilmember Jonathan London threw his hat in the ring and will face Councilmember John Elder. London is a financial advisor who has served on the council since 2015. He says his supporters encouraged him to run for mayor. Current Mayor Kathy Hemken is not running for re-election this year. London ran against Hemken in 2020. Meanwhile, Councilmember John Elder announced his campaign for mayor back in April. London says he's got a track record for improving the city.
If you look closely at what has happened in the city of New Hope and the improvements that have been made, many of them have been due to my recommendations and suggestions.
Both London and Elder are midway through their council terms. That means the council will eventually need to appoint a new member to fill the winner's seat. Every Wednesday night on CCX public access channels, you'll find a window into the world of local politics. Northwest City Politics has aired for 20 years, offering a way for the public to get to know their elected leaders. And as Corey Bork reports, the all-volunteer run program has garnered a significant honor.
There we go, that's right.
Inside CCX Media Studios in Brooklyn Park.
One thing at a time, though, Bob. One thing at a time.
Setup is underway.
So let's do mid-shot here.
For a show.
How's that looking? Better?
That is better.
That gives a voice to local leaders.
I don't get too many opportunities to jump on TV, especially getting interviewed by a great youth. So, yeah, I definitely wanted to come out.
On this night, Brooklyn Park Councilmember X.P. Lee is the guest.
What's next for Brooklyn Park with no funding, with no building dollars?
And Armstrong High School grad Lizzie Noika gets to ask the questions.
I genuinely didn't know or pay attention to much that was going on in my city until I found out about Northwest City Politics and CCX Media in general.
Lights!
Northwest City Politics requires plenty of volunteer help. Ellie Mae Knudsen works on lighting.
Watching the show is a good way to learn what is out there.
There we go. Video production has been a hobby of mine for years.
While Hoffmeister helps with cameras.
As you can see up there, we're putting together a virtual set.
Kevin Vanderberg is in charge of technical operations.
This is new.
Bob Woods makes sure it all comes together.
We air on Wednesday nights at 8:30.
Eric Margolis is one of the hosts,
We sure do miss Juanita, but it's really great that the show continues on.
who happens to be filling some big shoes.
We're glad that you're joining us again this week.
For nearly 20 years, you would find Juanita Hoff on the show,
Mayor Linda Loomis from Golden Valley.
interviewing politicians and police chiefs.
It just shows the people, that have stepped forward to serve, and it demystifies them and, establishes a connection, I think, that you don't get anywhere else.
And tonight, we're very, very happy to have as a guest Mayor Steve Lampe from Brooklyn Park.
After Hoff's passing last year,
We're looking for just something simple.
What if we just took a still picture of it? We could put that up there, couldn't we?
this group is carrying on her legacy.
Probably long overdue, but I'm grateful that even posthumously, Northwest City Politics was recognized as a significant community program.
We'll be able to come in this close.
Northwest City Politics was recognized by its community television peers at the prestigious Best of the Midwest Media Fest.
Even though she's physically not here with us, her spirit is with us in everything that we try to do and accomplish here.
In Brooklyn Park, Corey Borg, CCX News.
As recent high school graduates settle into summer, we continue to look back at the class of 2024. Here are highlights from the Cooper High School commencement address.
Remember that the connections and the relationships that you've made in the past are making now and will make in the future can either set you up for success or for failure. You never know what impact a person can have on your future.
Remember that success is not measured by the accolades we receive, but by the lives we touch and the differences we make in the lives of others. Thank you. Congratulations to the class of 2024, and may our futures be as bright as our dreams.
The state high school baseball tournament opens in Chaska, St. Cloud, and St. Paul on Thursday. Chaz Moots has more on unbeaten Wayzata.
From start to state, it's been all wins all season for Wayzata. 24 victories and 0 losses. The Trojans have quadrupled their opponents in scoring this year, and then some, tallying 210 runs while only allowing 48.
Brooklyn's around, he will score.
We'll do generally the same thing every day unless there's something specific we need to work on. And then kind of in game, we're focused on playing 7 hard innings. So it's making sure we're going through the entire game and not putting too much pressure on ourselves. We're almost taking every inning as its own game. So we try to win every single inning. And if we do that, we end up winning the game.
I would say we're staying locked in, we're hungry for the next. We're always wanting to beat our next opponent, no matter how good or bad they are. Never take a team too lightly, because you never know what they're gonna deliver to you.
Once the perfect season really got rolling, it's something the Trojan staff and players leaned into rather than not talk about it at all.
We've dared the baseball gods to tear us down. We talked about going undefeated right around the time we were halfway through this season. We talk about every game is a state championship. Every day is a day to go out and play the game of baseball, to play the game you love. But it's important to play it the way you know you're capable of. And that if we as individuals can rise up and meet our own expectations and play the way we know we're capable of, if we can do that as a collective group, 24-0 is possible.
3 wins in the Class 4A state tournament would give Wayzata their second state baseball title, and the Trojans would become just the 11th ever school in MSHSL history to go undefeated. But the Trojans are focused on where their feet are.
Staying fundamentally sound and make sure we're doing the small things right. Because if we do the small things right, everything else will take care of itself. Not looking forward to game 2 or game 3, just making sure we prep for game 1. And then once game 1 happens, whatever from there will get us to game 2.
In Plymouth, Chaz Moots, CCX Sports.
The Totino-Grace baseball team qualified for the state Class 3A tournament. Jay Wilcox has more on the Eagles.
It's a good feeling to have another week together for the Totino-Grace baseball team. They're getting set for the state Class 3A tournament, which marks the 3rd state appearance in program history. An 0-5 start back in April didn't derail the Eagles.
Oh yeah, I'd say we were a little frustrated, but we just knew that when we all come together as one and just not hit just as one like we were at the start, and we all just went back to back and leaned on each other, we took the dubs more often. So
some teams have rough starts. That's we were slow, losing games by 1 run, but we were in every game, and I don't know, things just started to turn. Everyone was pulling for one another, making sure guys are getting their job done,
And then we had a little meeting and just kind of said, okay, you know, what do we need to do a little bit better? Because we weren't playing bad. And so I just kind of liked how these guys have just stayed with the process, kind of followed the plan, kept kind of working at it, didn't try and do too much.
The Eagles are 16-8 after winning the Section 5 3A title. A Northwest Suburban Conference schedule that is filled with mostly Class 4A teams has them used to good competition.
It definitely helps a lot, I would say. I would say a little more tougher competition, tougher pitchers, and leads us up for better success in state like we are now.
Grace's Monday scrimmage had a little family feel as Blake came to visit.
My assistant coach, Tom Imdick, he's been with us for, I think, 7 or 8 years now. And his son, Ethan, who played here at Totino-Grace and then coached with us here before Tom was on staff, is now the head coach at Blake. And they made it in the tournament. So I don't know how many father-son, you know, combinations get to coach 2 different teams in the tournament and all that, but a really exciting and proud moment for all of us, really.
Totino-Grace is the 4th seed in Class 3A, and they take on Little Falls in the quarterfinals Thursday at Chaska Athletic Park. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.